What is going on, guys? Marone Hardware's here, and what we have here today is a testament to all those poor budget PC gamers who had to put up with ridiculously cheap and unreliable hardware like the Nvidia GeForce 210 we'll be taking a look at here today. It's a wonder how Nvidia can sit idle while their names are printed on these boxes even today, as the GeForce 210 was released almost 7 years ago. Released at an original price of $50, in the modern day it's sitting at nearly the same cost, minus a few measly dollars or so. In 7 years' time, the then useless, budget-hyped, entry-level gaming GPU has only grown so much further into the ground, and has been tossed around in laughter among other tech YouTubers as well. With regards to this, the GeForce 210 has made this video very difficult to make, but I hope you enjoy what you watch all the same. Nvidia's GeForce 210 debuted back in the fourth quarter of 2009 and was intended for the low-budget gamer who wanted an extremely basic system to start up on, which I'm actually pretty surprised at. I say this because even games that predated the release of the GeForce 210 that I tested don't even run well at all, let alone modern-day AAA titles. Frame rates in games were choppy and rendered unplayable at 1080 and 720p resolutions. Video playback in YouTube was annoying, as all get out with the visual tearings across the screens and the occasional stutters, and overall simply not worth the money I did spend on this card. Anyways, let's get a little more objective look at this GPU. This graphics card has a core clock of 580 MHz and a memory clock of 1402 MHz. We are already off to a wonderful start here. Next on graphical memory, we have a total of 1024 MB of SD RAM, much slower than its GDDR5 counterpart. But for the sake of keeping costs as low as possible, that may have been a reason why Nvidia opted for the slower onboard graphical memory, but that's up for the consumer to debate on. This card has a whopping 16 CUDA cores, compatibility for PCIe Gen 2.0, and has a maximum digital output of 2560 by 1600 pixels. Lastly, this card does not require any external power pin connectors to operate, but given the incredibly mild amount of performance you'll get out of this GPU, I understand how that's possible. While on the subject of performance though, this seems like a good segue into our results for the games I've benchmarked against the GeForce 210 graphics card. Before we get into the results, I will say this however, I did plan to test this GPU against a mix of both older and more modern games, but given that this card doesn't even reach the minimum specifications for some of these, it was exponentially difficult to rally up a suitable list of games to play. Out of a list of 8 I had planned to run, I only managed to get about 3 working properly on the HP compact PC that I was using here as a test machine. With an upgrade to Q6600 and an additional 4GB of DDR3 memory, there shouldn't be anything holding the GPU back in the ways of bottlenecks. I was, however, using Fraps to record the on-screen gameplay, but this only reduced performance by about 5 to 7 frames. Anyways, here are the benchmark results. Oh my goodness, the
Input lag.
As you could probably see here, the GeForce 210 is only about 1 tier above what the integrated Intel Graphics Media Accelerator, 4500 HT to be precise, chip that the motherboard here provides. So, the important lesson is this. Budget PC gaming is a perfect way to take your first step into a world away from normal console platforms, but what needs to be considered is value versus performance. Ask yourself, is spending $40 on a GPU that isn't even capable of playing Rocket League above a consistent 19 frames per second a good idea? Is the price cut truly worth the terrible hardware? These things must be considered when building a value against dollar sort of PC. Just remember, create and build a system that you believe will keep running alongside games you enjoy playing for a certain amount of time in the future, or you will be left with a system that won't stay with you for very long. A PC with great value and performance makes you a happier camper, and that's the end result you want, after all. And also, don't get a GPU that had horrible consumer reviews upon launch. That's also a good idea as well. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching this video on the terribly and completely irrelevant GeForce 210. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing also. Also, comment down below on some experiences you've had with hardware that didn't quite meet your expectations or that you were just disappointed with in general. We all have those moments, and it's best when we share it with others so they won't have to repeat them. I appreciate everyone who continues to watch my videos and stays up to date. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate every one of you out there. Lastly, I want to quickly give a shout out to my brother-in-arms, Senior Airman Beal, who PCS'd out of Germany earlier today. I'm gonna really miss you a ton, man, and good luck on your next assignment. You've been one of the greatest friends I've had thus far, and want to thank you for always being here for me when I needed a shoulder to lean on. Or, or a ride to the PX. Stay golden and good luck out there. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching and subscribing. I'm Rowan Hardwares, and I hope you all have an incredible day. Peace out.